My name is Daniel. I've been making content for about 6 years, and it completely changed my life. I used to be a real estate investor and accountant. I started making content, and very quickly, the opportunities in business that came up because of my content creation outpaced literally everything else I was doing with my life. So it became this amazing opportunity to, one, reach millions of people, but two, expand my business beyond what I could ever do if I was stuck to my local area. So I'm a massive proponent of social media and content and what it can do for people's businesses, because I've seen it work that way for my business. And the biggest investments that I'm making this year are in social media and in organic content across all my different platforms.
We basically started from scratch. I know that you have no background on content creation. What were the challenges that you were facing around content creation and putting yourself now as a personal brand?
Yeah, the biggest thing was finding someone to partner with that understood the quality required to be successful. I think that's something that you did really well, and you were always iterating on that quality and trying to make it better and better. And at the time, I just knew that I didn't want to put out poor quality content. But now, with the insight that I have, I also recognize that risking putting out poor quality content, because that could actually be more damaging for your brand than the potential upside of putting out content altogether. And so I really would caution anyone that's considering doing content to partner with or have someone on their team that is very successful and has a track record of doing it well, because the cost of doing it poorly is far higher than anyone else can imagine. If you have a competitor or a customer potentially see your profiles on social media and those videos or assets reflect on you poorly, it's going to actually lose you way more business than you could imagine.
And I remember you prioritize quality since day one. Why was that?
I think quality is the only way that I knew I was going to win. And I still think it is kind of the only way that you can win, because everyone is posting, 2 or 3 times a day. There's literally tens of thousands of people trying to post on social media and trying to make it work.
Can you give me this context of this first year working together? For example, let's say, how was your monthly revenue-ish during the first year?
I actually don't remember what my monthly revenue. I know that it was pretty exponential though. Specifically, when we started to get traction, the more traction we got, the easier it was to get traction, and the income scaled exponentially from there. It wasn't a linear thing at all. It was the first few months were really tough. Didn't make much money at all. But once we started to get traction, it started to double and double and double. And that exponential growth happened both kind of on the metrics that everyone can see, views, followers, whatever, but also income kind of on the back end. It's definitely a long-term perspective. I wouldn't tell anyone that you're going to make tons of money in the first 6 months. Not always realistic, but if you can build this out and if you can have a personal brand, it's the most valuable thing that I own right now about my entire business. And it's something that no one can take away. Yeah, there's nothing else in my business that is that valuable.
I remember you were running everything by yourself before we started. What were the benefits of having a team or having me working with you?
It helps me out a lot because, one, I could have someone do the actual content better than I could myself. But two, I could also have you and your team dedicated to the content and spend more time on it than I myself could. You got a lot better, a lot faster than I would be able to if I was also split doing payroll and accounting and dealing with clients and fulfillment and all the other parts of the business that need to happen.
Can you share how much are you making currently?
Yeah, we did a little over 1 million in January, and we'll probably do close to 2 this month.
Okay, nice. Should business owners, should they consider having a team helping, whether it's content creation, if they have no idea, they are clueless on how to do it, or maybe a digital marketing team in order to help them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So many people try to do social media or they start posting and it doesn't work. And they're like, well, social media doesn't work for me. And I think that it's crazy that they would expect it to work when they have no experience doing it. They've never done it successfully before. So everyone that is successful has been where unsuccessful people are right now, which is at 0 followers. The key difference in what shortcutted a lot of the learning and effort for my business and for me on social media was working with people that have experience. So people that specialize in video editing, people that specialize in script writing, people that specialize in different parts of the production process. And that shortcutted a lot of the learning curve for me. But just to be very transparent, I paid a lot with my time and effort. And the thing that I recommend to almost everyone starting on social media is to not pay with your time, and don't waste the 3 years that I wasted trying to figure this out all yourself, but just hire someone who already knows what to do and shortcut years that it takes to be successful on social media.
Just to wrap this up, why is content creation a great idea in your experience to invest this 2025?
Yeah, I think most people know that content creation and social media is a good investment, especially if they're watching this video or like talking to you. They know it's a good thing. The only reason that they're not moving forward with the decision to take it more seriously is because they haven't seen the evidence in their business themselves. And unfortunately, they simply won't see that until they get started. And the only place that they're going to see success on social media in their industry is going to be in their competitors. And unfortunately, that is at the cost of them losing business to their competitors. So if you need any more motivation or push to be on social media, take a look at what the biggest people in your space are doing on social media and try to extrapolate how much revenue you're potentially losing by not having the presence that they do.
Well, thank you, Daniel. That's the questions for this meeting. I keep seeing you like how you're crushing, and it's so inspiring. Thank you.
Thanks.